I want my attorney.
You're gonna need more than a mobbed-up lawyer to get out of this. Where were you on January 13th of this year?
I got nothing to say without my attorney.
Robert Frank, a.k.a. Franco, took 2 bullets at point-blank range. He was dead before his body was incinerated at the fire at his studio.
We know it was you. We got an anonymous tip.
It's McBain.
Christina is absolutely...
No, we don't know anything. We need to organize a search party for your sister.
Don't bother. I'm right here. Christina.
Where have you been? I'm gonna yell at you later right now.
Don't even, Mother.
Get my phone call.
You get what we say you get.
No, if I don't get my phone call, this arrest gets thrown out for lack of due process.
Christina, what is going on? You disappear from... I almost had the FBI looking for you, and then you show up here without an explanation and without a hug. You're
Shouldn't
obviously
you get that?
No,
It
I
could
will
be
let the
someone
voicemail
important.
pick up, and would you please just lose the attitude? I don't deserve it.
Really?
This is Alexis Davis. You've reached my voicemail. Please leave a detailed message.
Really, no client is more important to me than you are, and you know that.
So important you'd do anything for me.
Yo, hey, what's going on, Christina?
Going on? I'd be the last to know.
Well, it's just we haven't heard from you in ages.
We thought you were swamped with papers and exams.
Yeah, and I just called one of your roommates, and they said that you left school weeks ago.
True.
You are old enough to drive, and you are old enough to vote. But you cannot just leave school like that. You can't.
Sorry. You're right. I didn't leave school. I quit.
What happened? That's crazy.
I found out I didn't belong there.
We know this is your first time living away from home, and that's a big adjustment.
Yeah, and you started late. That makes it even harder to fit in.
Oh, I fit in fine. I loved my classes, my roommates. I was having the time of my life.
Okay, so why do you say you don't belong?
Ask him. You'll notice he hasn't said much. It's a pattern with Dad. Means he's guilty.
Of what?
Pulling strings. Tell him, Daddy. Tell him how you strong-armed Yale into taking a girl they didn't want.
Christina, do you want to go for a walk so we can talk about this? I don't think we should drag your mother and your sisters into this.
I think the family deserves to know what happened. Don't you? In fact, I'm instituting a new policy. Starting today, everything out in the open. Starting with the fact that Yale suddenly didn't have a vacancy and decided to reach out to a girl they originally rejected.
You weren't rejected. You were on the wait list.
Which is where I would have stayed, Molly, if he hadn't done something about it. God knows how many legs you had to break or how many people you had to threaten with car bombs.
Enough!
Let me admit.
Now! You want to talk about the current situation, we'll talk about that. But don't bring up something in the past that hurt me. So, what's the problem with your school?
My problem is I should have never been there in the first place. You forced Yale to enroll me.
Uncle Sonny, is that true?
Five minutes.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for coming all the way down.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Did Bernie give you the money?
Yeah, it's in my purse, but just out of curiosity, why'd you want me to bring it?
Well, I didn't think the cops react well if Bernie came in and started waving around money for a nuisance arrest.
You consider murder charges a nuisance arrest?
Look, there's nothing to tie me to Franco's death.
Then what are you doing here? What happened?
I think McBain called it in.
Why?
He's trying to take Sonny down. He said he was coming after me, and here I am.
You haven't helped my daughter get into college. You know, there's nothing to be ashamed of. You know, somebody's parents donated those science labs or put a word or two into the dean's ear about an IPO. That's what you do when you love your kids. She's worked very hard, so, you know, you call in favors.
And we all know what happens when you get a call from one of the biggest mob bosses on the East Coast. You drop everything, you do what he says, because if you don't, you might end up dead.
You watch too much TV.
This isn't funny, Dad.
I'm not laughing,
You have no
Christina.
more excuses. I'm done with all the lies. From the both of you.
Wait, are you saying Mom knew about this?
Oh, come on, Christina, that's ridiculous. I mean, obviously your father thought he was trying to help you, and you obviously don't think so, but why would you put Mom into this?
Let's ask her. Mom, did you know that Dad strong-armed Yale into getting me admitted in the middle of the term?
I know.
Don't jump on your mother. She was only trying to help you. We both were.
See? She's as bad as he is.
There is nothing wrong with using your influence to try to take care of the people that you care about. That's how the world works, Christina. And it's ridiculous for you to stand there, disrespect your parents, like this is some kind of tragedy.
Christina may be a little idealistic, but it's okay to want some answers.
Yeah, and you totally deserve to get into Yale. You had above a 4.0.
So did a lot of other kids who are waitlisted.
But you're a terrific student, and you're a wonderful girl. And any school would have been proud to have you.
Yale wasn't.
But because they had so many good students and so few spots, we were just trying to improve the odds.
What happened to all those lectures about ethics and principles? About not compromising yourself? Is it all supposed to not count just as long as Dad's doing the compromising? What would you have done if he hadn't been a mob boss? How would you have forced Yale to take me then?
Christina.
Just out of curiosity. What'd you care about more, getting me into your alma mater or just getting me away from Ethan?
I wanted you to have the benefit of a first-class education.
As opposed to interning for Kate at Crimson.
I thought you would get further in fashion or anything else if you had a college degree.
Maybe you're just trying to get me away from my father. Trying to keep me out of the line of
Do you
fire.
expect your mom to apologize for trying to keep you safe?
I just want a truthful answer. For once. So what was it, Mom? What part of my life are you trying to control? Or was it all of the above?
Hey, I can post bail.
Yeah, I'll let him know.
You can read about yourself while you wait.
Oh my God. Did you and Sam know they were gonna run this?
Yeah, some reporter from the press showed us and asked for a comment.
Well, this is illegal. It's an invasion of privacy. Who leaked this?
John McBain.
Christina, if you'd wanted to stay here, hang around Ethan, be an intern at Crimson, we'd be having a different conversation right now. But that's not what happened. You chose to go to Yale.
And you strong-armed a school into admitting me in the middle of the term so you and Mom could get me out of town.
All right, well, look, Christina, I don't really think that's fair. I mean, sure, maybe you don't like Uncle Sonny's methods or that Mom went along with it, but they were just trying to make your dream come true.
They made me look like a fool. I waltz in there in the middle of the year all proud of myself because I think I had the scores, the grades. No. I'm there because my father threatened somebody.
Well, what makes you think that?
This girl, who I knew worked study in the dean's office and overheard them talking about me. It was all over campus in over half an hour. He started calling me Mob Princess. Nobody would study with me. Nobody would return my texts. And if I walked into class, he just stared at me. And I felt like a freak.
Honey.
Honey, I'm so sorry. You ruined my life. Both of you.
Hey, look, I think we all understand that this was really important to you, but like, if Yale was something you wanted, why didn't you tough it out and prove them all wrong?
Look, I know you have no problem being married to the mob, but I'm not you. I don't appreciate being made a laughing stock. So I quit.
Weeks ago, according to your roommate. Where did you go?
We're processing the bail payment. It shouldn't be that long now.
Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, of course. So tell me, what does McBain gain by smearing you in the papers?
He plants a story like this, then he calls in a tip linking me to Franco. Even if there's not enough evidence to get me to trial, investigation, it's a diversion to get me out of the way.
And then McBain has a clear shot at Sonny. I'm sorry, poor choice of words.
No, you're right. McBain is after Sonny. and whatever else he can get.
Okay, look, I know you have issues with Mom and Sonny, but Molly and I were really worried about you.
Yeah, where did you go?
I packed my bags and I left campus. I didn't know where I was going. Somehow I ended up at a coffee shop, just waiting for a sign. And I got one. He walked in and slid into the booth across from me and asked if I wanted to talk about it.
He who?
So now that this is in the paper, everybody's gonna know.
I know. I went to see Monica, and I told her the whole story, what Franco did to Sam, and that Franco's my brother.
Did you tell her about the baby?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Franco was Alan's son, the baby's still a Quartermain. I wanted to give them a chance to think about the baby and what they're gonna do.
And what do you think?
I think Monica's gonna be fine. I'm not sure how Edward's gonna react.
What about you? How do you feel about the baby?
Monica said something to me. She said that I was living, breathing proof that Alan had cheated. She didn't want me. She didn't want me in the house. Alan had to keep me in the gatehouse. And then she held me. And everything went away.
She loves you like her own.
That was her point. That it is possible. Yeah, I went to talk to Sam. I just keep thinking about how innocent the baby is, and now it's not fair for me to burden this child with my history.
So you changed your mind.
Then the reporter showed up. And the whole thing was in my face again. What Franco did and how I couldn't stop it.
Okay, but now that this is in the open, there's nothing to hide. There's nothing to cover up. Maybe in time, you and Sam will work things out.
You're free to go, for now.
I'd seen him around the library. He's a grad student living off campus.
A grad student.
And instead of being a jackass like most of the guys I met, he was nice.
How nice.
Very nice. He knew what I came from, what I was going through.
Is that where you've been these last few weeks, Christina? With this grad student? Huh?
We were working on something.
Yeah, I bet you were.
A very important project.
What kind of a project?
A family project.
Oh, God.
Are you pregnant too?
Christina, tell me you're not pregnant. Please.
When I get pregnant, it will be on purpose. And with someone I love.
Is she pregnant?
No.
No.
When that happens, I want him to be like Sam. She waited for Jason, and now they have everything they want. I think it's so great that you're having a baby. You and Jason must be so happy.
McBain!
What can I do for you?
You've done enough already.
Christina,
So if you're not pregnant, what's this family project?
Just what it sounds like. A project that involves the whole family. Ours. And yours.
Be specific, Christina.
The grad student I mentioned, he's in media studies. He's had a new idea for a great new reality show.
A reality show?
About us. With me as a star. It's called Mob Princess. Could it be any more perfect? You'll just...
I was just hauled in by the cops on suspicion of murdering Franco.
And?
They were acting on an anonymous tip. From you.
So if you're not pregnant, what's this family project?
Exactly what it sounds like. A project that involves the whole family. Ours and yours.
Be a little more specific, Christina.
The grad student I mentioned, he's in media studies, and he has a great new idea for a new reality show.
A reality show?
About us. With me as a star. It's gonna be called Mob Princess. Could it be any more perfect?
What the hell are you talking about?
The media is glutted with shows about desperate people who will do anything to get on TV. And while I think the idea of a reality show called Mob Princess would appeal to the lowest common denominator, I'm quite certain she's joking.
I'm dead serious. I'm shooting a reality show about my life.
I phrased that last description so that in case you weren't joking, you would see that it's a really, really bad idea.
Well, I think it's a really, really good idea. But don't worry, I'm not gonna steal the limelight. I'm gonna have a fabulous supporting cast. You. And you. You. And you.
Mouth, I still don't know what you're talking about.
Not 10 minutes after you threatened to use me to get to Sonny, I get picked up for questioning about Franco's death.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're ex-FBI. You can make things happen just like you got Franco's DNA from a confidential file for Sam. Why wouldn't I think you would call the cops to reactivate a cold case?
I could have, but I didn't.
Then why'd they haul me in months after the fact?
Maybe because you did it?
Trust me, Christina, the last thing this family needs is any more media exposure.
Sorry, I disagree. You should all get ready for your close-ups. The cameras start rolling any minute.
No, they're not. Because this attitude of yours, I'm done with it.
Obviously, we need to talk about what happened at school with
What
Christina
happened?
off camera.
What happened was that my mob lawyer mother allowed my mob boss father to bribe, intimidate, or otherwise threaten someone to let me into Yale.
We called in favors on your behalf, Christina. What's wrong with that?
Did it ever occur to either of you how humiliating it would be when people found out?
Honey, I know, and we're sorry.
No, you're sorry. I'm not sorry. Because I did what I thought was best for my daughter.
Then we're in agreement. For once. This probably is the best thing that could have ever happened.
Okay, that's great. So then why are you so angry?
McMolly says, when one door closes, another one opens. My college career may be over, but now I have a whole new future.
Oh, no. Christina, as you know, I got into reality TV, and trust me, it was a big mistake. I regret it. I think you're going to do the same thing. I think you're going to regret it.
I disagree.
You know what? You should start listening more. That's what you should do.
You are highly overreacting to a very unfortunate situation.
Unfortunate.
What your father and I did, we had the best of intentions, but it was misguided.
He doesn't think so.
He usually lets me take the lead when it comes to academics.
So is your idea to use extortion to get me into Yale?
Help.
Yeah, come on, get back. All right, listen to me, okay? We gave you what you wanted. You made your choice, right? You turned it down. Do not expect me to apologize.
Why would I expect you to care how I feel about anything?
He cares. Your father cares, I care. We all care. And in retrospect, we should have supported your decision to go into fashion. But it's not too late.
Apparently, I haven't been clear. From now on, you don't control me anymore. I'm taking charge of my life and this project.
This reality show is not gonna happen, okay? Because we're not putting our whole family on live TV for the whole world to see. It's not, I'm not doing
Miss Davis, where would you like us to set up?
Looks like we are.
Well, at least you came at me directly this time instead of using Sam.
Hey, look, I don't have any influence on some other police department, all right? But if they had half a brain, you'd be a reasonable suspect, don't you think, based on your previous history with Franco?
What you know so much about.
I think everybody knows you tried to kill Franco on at least one prior occasion. Why not try it again?
What would you do if someone raped Natalie? You would kill him.
Get those cameras out of my face.
This is my crew. They're gonna be following me around everywhere.
It's Mob Princess. Rolling.
Hi, I'm Christina Corinthos Davis, Mob Princess. Come on in and meet the gang, starting with the gangster.
Christina, this is not how we handle things in this family.
And how does this family handle things, Daddy? Over Sunday night dinners or chats in the den?
Well, actually, sometimes we do eat dinners together. I mean, we're not very interesting.
I'm so sick and tired of pretending we're the average American family when we're so much more colorful.
Well, the average American family doesn't threaten camera crews with injunctions and lawsuits. Which are
Hey, Christina, can I talk to you, please?
Unless everything's all changed since the last time I was here, recovering from a life-threatening surgery, from nearly getting blown up by a car bomb my dad meant for Johnny Zakara.
You're making this personal. I wouldn't wish what happened to you and Sam and Franco on anyone. But it has nothing to do with me.
That's right, you're here for Sonny.
Exactly.
But you spend most of your time with Sam.
She needed help. I wasn't going to turn my back.
Were you helping her when you fed the story to the paper?
If you knew anything about me, you'd know that's not how I operate.
Well, you said you want to take Sonny down. You said it'd be a bonus if you can use me to get to him, right? 10 minutes later, I'm arrested. No charges that are going to stick. Is that how you operate?
You know, I don't think I like you. But you also don't strike me as the kind of guy that would look the other way while an innocent woman was murdered.
Sonny didn't do it.
How do you know? You weren't there. Have you ever considered that you spent most of your life protecting a murderer?
You know, the real question is, did you want me out of the way so you can get to Sonny? Or so you can get to Sam?
Christina, can we go somewhere to talk, please? Just you and me.
Meet my sister, Samantha McCall Morgan. We all call her Sam, though.
Yeah.
Not a mob princess by birth, but she married into the royal family. Her husband is my father's #1 henchman. We call it an enforcer. Can you say enforcer?
That's it.
And this is my little sister, Molly Lansing Davis. Say hi to America, Molly. Hi. Actually, Molly is my half-sister. Rick Lansing is her father, who is my father's half-brother. There's lots of halves here. And a mob lawyer, just like my mom, who obviously got knocked up by 2 mobster brothers.
Okay, this needs
I'm
to
really
stop,
sorry,
Christina.
but you won't be able to meet my brothers today. Happily, my brother Michael is out of prison, though we only got sent there because of our dad.
Christina, stop.
And my
How can
little
you
brother
say
Morgan
that?
is off in military school, stashed away somewhere, probably learning how to become a sniper. But we miss him dearly.
Stop it.
But my oldest brother, Dante, is a cop, the only member of our family on the right side of the law, which was the only reason my dad needed to shoot him.
Okay, you gotta stop rolling these cameras
Keep
now.
rolling! Did I mention I'm a product of a sleazy one-night stand?
That's not how it happened. It's not.
And of course, there's dear old Dad.
You gotta turn off these
Come on,
cameras.
Dad.
Okay.
You should be used to this by now. All the cameras in your face and trials in the courthouse.
I'm gonna warn you right now, if you don't turn these cameras off, I will
Or you'll what? What? Oh my God, Dad.
You're lucky the camera's the only thing I broke.
Darn it. Not now.
Listen to me, okay? I know that you're angry, but this is not you.
Christina, your father's right. You have got to stop this.
Yeah, please, can't we just talk this out?
Sam,
What?
come here.
What's going on?
I just got this from Jason. He left it an hour ago, but with all this stuff going on.
What?
He's been arrested in connection with Franco's death.
I'm not having this conversation.
And all
with
those
you.
times you just happened to run into Sam, those were coincidences, right?
Yeah. But for argument's sake, say I was after Sam. What would it matter? She loves you, man. You're the one she wants to be with. But you don't want her talking to me? More importantly, you got a problem with this baby. Maybe I get that.
Yeah, maybe you do. I know you've had your own paternity problems, made some headlines in Landview.
See, I've been on both sides of it, and that's what Sam and I were talking about. You want to make more out of it. That's on you. But a word of advice?
I don't want your advice.
Well, you know what? You're gonna get it anyway. You lose Sam, you're gonna be losing the best thing that ever happened to you, and it won't be because of what I did, but because of what you did.
Can I?
Interfering in Sam's life and mine.
Don't get between me and Sonny.
You know, your time's running out on that warrant. I guess you're gonna have to leave poor Charles empty-handed.
Thanks for stopping by.
Hi.
Hey,
My mom said that you had been arrested, and she went to go bail you out, but you had already been released.
Bernie arranged for bail, and Elizabeth drove up to Beecher's Corners to post it.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, I do not want you involved. And I didn't want Bernie to make the trip. He says he's recovering from the gunshot, but I don't want to take any chances.
Right.
They got nothing. No new evidence.
Okay. Well, Franco died months ago. And if there's no new evidence, then why are they questioning you?
Ask your friend McBain.
Yo, you guys get out of here. Fun's over.
You can smash as many cameras as you want. We're just gonna bring in more. The show is happening.
No, that's not fair. You never even asked. You just let them in.
This is a complete invasion of privacy. I'm not allowing it.
Here's the deal. I move back in here with my crew, and not only will you allow it, you'll all be part of my show. Or I walk out the door and you'll never see me again.
You think John tipped off the police?
He says he didn't. He also says he didn't plant the article in the newspaper.
Well, maybe it wasn't him.
Sam, please. You gotta be careful. John McBain is a cop. You're trusting the wrong person.